Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to another episode of our StoneBlock 2 Let's Play Adventure. And today, I have got something very cool to look at that I did not know existed, and I want to give a shout out to SuperKid257L for telling me about this over the course of a couple of videos. I got a couple of comments about it. Do keep in mind that I do record these episodes kind of back-to-back, 2 or 3 or 4 at a time, so if you leave a comment on a video and I don't do it in the next video, it's because the video is probably already recorded, which is, I think, what happened here with SuperKid257L. But we're going to look at what they suggested today, and I think it's really cool. But before we do that, brief update about the chickens. So, as you folks will remember, I have been trying to breed all of the chickens, and thanks to all the Watches of Flowing Time, we've made some good progress. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is for. I don't know what magical wood is for. I don't know what moonstones are for. We've got them, though. We've got them. Maybe we can build a wooden moon child and scream about it in the rain. That's a reference to a movie I haven't seen. I didn't plant that. What is going on with this stuff? In any case, the object we're going to build today has to do with EMC and the collection of EMC. If we take a look at our transmutation table, I have 77 billion EMC, which isn't bad by any stretch, and that's because I've been very aggressive about coming over here, opening up the energy condenser, taking out all of these chaotic cores, and then hauling them all the way back, which is a bit of a struggle, because you gotta try to click through the chickens there, and manually inserting them. Look at that. Wouldn't it be easier if there were a device that could, I don't know, like link up to the transmutation table and pump in EMC, something like a personal EMC link? This is what was suggested to us by our good friend SuperKid257L. I have never heard of this. This is part of the Project EX mod, which I guess is maybe the X is for extras, maybe it's extra stuff for Project E. I know that none of this existed in any pack I've ever played previously, to my knowledge. Certainly not Tekkit Legends, which was the last pack that I had that really relied heavily on Project E. This is all new to me. Now, we've taken a look at these Magnum stars before, and of course, they also go all the way up to the Colossal stars, which get insane eventually, but this right here is pretty cool. So I looked this up on the wiki, and apparently, I'm just going to read right off of the CurseForge page here. This lets you directly import items in your personal EMC storage, which you can access from Transmutation Table. If that didn't make any sense to you, essentially, if we pump something into here, it'll automatically convert it into EMC and drop that into the file on us inside of the mod pack, because EMC, all of your information is player-based. If another player came up to this transmutation table and looked inside of it, they would not see how much EMC we have or any of the items that we've researched. They would see their EMC and how much they've researched. So using this personal EMC link, we can automatically pump things into that file, and then it'll be reflected over any transmutation table or tablet that we look at, I think is how it works. The recipe's not too bad. It's not too expensive. A mere 31 million EMC. If you wanted to build this right off the bat, and you had access to a transmutation table and a book of recipes, I forget what it's called, Tome of Knowledge, then you could build one of these by mining up the 31,626,824 blocks of cobblestone. But there's a lot of ifs before that. Why would you have the Tome of Knowledge at the beginning of the game? Why would you have a transmutation table? Why would you be willing to invest that much time in mining up cobblestone? I don't know the answers to any of this. What I do know is that it's going to require a destruction catalyst, which I don't think we've built one of those. I used to build these, any pack that had EMC. This was one of the first things I built, because this is cool. You can clear out huge swaths of space with this thing, but it's not as useful in a pack like this, where you have access to tools and automated weapons, or automated tools for mining and whatnot. This isn't as useful in this situation. We're going to have to build one now, though, and it's going to require some Mobius Fuel, some Nova Catalysts. I don't know if we've built any of that stuff. In fact, oh, okay, we do have some Mobius Fuel. Well, that's good. Have we put some of it in here before? No. Oh, goodness. We do have Aeternalis Fuel in there, though. I don't know if we need that, but it is in there. TNT, I don't think we've got either. We'll make as much of it as we can. Why does it blink out of existence like that from time to time? And what did we just run out of? Not sand. Surely not, gunpowder. What happened? It's not as though we're running out of electricity. And by the way, thanks to the folks who let me know that these cables here hold a certain amount of energy, and that's why all of our energy was getting dumped into them. We're doing just fine for juice. I wonder what's going on. Why does it say 7.97 instead of 8 KAE? How does any of this work? I don't know. I don't understand any of it. What I do know is I can just get a few stacks of TNT out of here, and that'll save us a whole lot of time with the construction of the Nova catalysts. You can blow stuff up with this. I think they get bigger too, don't they? I could be mistaken, but no, yeah, Nova Cataclysm, which I know makes a very big explosion, if you're into that sort of thing. Once we've got that, though, we can get our Destruction Catalyst, and then we can get another Destruction Catalyst, and I would think that we'd have everything we need. Wait a minute, we've never made a red matter furnace before. I would doubt we even have the things necessary to build it. I'm shocked and surprised that we had a red matter block, though. We want to start with the dark matter furnace. That's dark matter and a regular furnace. Yes, that would be the thing that we're missing here, is a regular furnace. Can I just make a stack of these? I never seem to have enough of them, ever. That's always the thing missing from recipes. Dark matter furnace. Might need to get more of those later. That will beget a red matter furnace, and we might need to get more of these later. And then finally, at long last, we can combine all of these objects to... No, because we're missing the energy condenser. Of course we are. I know that we can get an energy condenser out of here, and that one's covered. But transmutation table, we've only got the one of? I know a way to get around that, though. We're going to take our transmutation table. Check this out. Let's get all of this out of here. And then we're going to throw this bad boy up there. Haha! Now we've got 4 of them. Okay, continue with what you were doing there. Put this back up here. And if we ever need more, we can throw that in there. And then we'll put the other 4 inside of here, even though it's unlikely we'll need them at any point. Well, I guess if we're going to make a transmutation tablet eventually, we'll need one. Personal EMC Link. There we are. And there was a quest for that. I didn't even know that there was a quest for that. Where's that quest at? We got... Oh, right up there. Oh, so we could have found out about this ourselves a long time ago, and we didn't because we're fools. But now we've got an induction smelter, so it looks like the joke is still on us, because that's useless. There's also the knowledge sharing book, which is a book that if you shift right-click to copy your knowledge and give it to another player, if they right-click, they get your knowledge and destroy the book. That's useful if you're playing in a multiplayer experience. Big spender, get the maximum amount of EMC. What is the maximum amount? Oh, goodness gracious me! Then the EMC will be consumed! Wow! That's an awful lot of EMC, too. For right now, though, we need to find out if this is going to work. And I think it's as simple as breaking this thing. Oof. Okay, should have seen that coming. Don't know why I didn't. And then we just plop that down? Yeah, looks like it's working. You can see the number going up right here. Check that out. We can go ahead and start dumping some of this in there manually. Hopefully it'll clear it out quick enough. It appears to be going at a pretty decent speed. Oh, wow. So we could go back now to the main room in here. And yeah, it syncs right up. We can just sit here and watch the numbers go up slowly. This is really cool. Looking at it, this mod, this Project EX, only seems to have the 3 types of items. The knowledge sharing book, which is really cool. The personal EMC link, which I'm getting a lot of use out of right now. And then the upgraded Magnum and Colossal Stars, which are part of the quest. We have to complete those if we want to wrap up the Project E, and we're at 54%. We're pretty clear to completing some of this. I think we could make the next level star if we wanted to. We could make the dark matter, antimatter, and gem suit armor. It does require that we build all of the armor pieces too, doesn't it? I think they build on one another too, though. Don't you make dark matter into red matter into the gem armor? We could do that. I think we have what we need for that. I kind of want the transmutation tablet, though. That's the thing next on my list. Transmutation tablet. Does anyone remember how awfully expensive it was? Goodness gracious. 300 billion. The issue is, even though this is incredibly fast, and I'm pretty pleased with it, we're going to be waiting a very long time before we're able to get the transmutation tablet, and when we do, we'll be wiping out our EMC stores in the process. Is that something we should be striving for at the moment, or perhaps should we focus our energies at something else? Personally, I don't know. What I do know is I've got the EMC to create the next level star, And I'm not going to stand by and not do that, especially when we can just drop it back in there and get the EMC back. We're going to be waiting a while longer before we make the next one. We'll need over 100 billion. By the way, for completing that Magnum Star Sphere, we're going to get ourselves a Forge Lexicon. Yeah, that's the sort of reward that is fitting of what we just did. Not to ruin the flow of the episode, but I did think of something else I needed, which is some packaging tape. Every time I look at this, I see a brown eye looking back at me. But knowing that it's packaging tape, I guess I can kind of see where they're going with that. Packaging tape will allow us to seal up drawers to be moved, and it does have a limited amount of life on it. But with that done, we can finally move these out of the way, and I can get some roosts set up here. Where am I going to move production of trees, though? And for that matter, I guess I should probably move all of this other stuff as well. Oh! Oh, why? Why? Why were there particles? What was that all about? Not gonna think about it. I'm filling in the missing roost spots. That's how many chickens we have left. If you want to pause the video and count the top layer, and then multiply it by 2, that's how many chicken breeds I'm currently missing. It looks like a lot, but when you consider how many I've already bred over the course of this series, it's not that many, and it's a lot faster these days. Should I move? I need to move these somewhere where I can hook them into the network easily, or do I? Do I even need to continue growing? I haven't accessed the inventories from these things in a while. Do I need to set the hopping bonsais back up? Is it necessary? I don't know. I kind of feel like no. For right now, we can put all of this away in the basement, out of sight and out of mind, and I'll think about whether or not it's all necessary at a later date. Maybe I'll decide that I want to have all the different trees growing down here, and really maximize the amount of stuff that I've got. That is, after all, what I think the entire game is about, or at least this mod pack. Just accumulating as many things as possible. If you were wondering why I had this chest full of various chickens over here, first off, why was that something that was concerning you so much? The reason was I kept putting new breeds of chickens inside of here, and it was defaulting to putting them in empty barrels, which I had already set up, so I was just storing them in there temporarily, but now I think we'll be good to put them back inside of here. I don't know how we're doing on storage. We did make those 8 1K drives a very long time ago, and I said that it was a temporary solution, and I would eventually upgrade to better drives. Uh-oh. I think we've just reached that moment where that's necessary. I think we are now officially out of storage space. Yeah. So the newer breeds have no room in the inn, because everyone had to travel back here to be registered with the government. How about that? Well, we'll need to make a little cave full of animals for Jesus to sleep in, I guess. First up, we're going to need another EMI drive cage. I think it does have EMC, so we could have copied the one we already had, but why not just make a new one? Then we need to make new storage, and I forget what they're called. I call them drives all the time. That's not how you spell storage. You get the idea. Storage cells. We have a bunch of 1K EMI storage cells, and considering we're trying to store very small amounts of chickens, another drive cage full of those would likely do just fine for us. Alright, I can't even store my alchemical chest back inside of here. Maybe we should just go ahead and strive to get to the best. I mean, what is that? 64K? What goes into a 64K? Can we build one of those? We're missing a couple of components, quartz glass being sort of the least important of them, considering I can grab just a stack of the darn things and throw that in there. I think the big deal here, the big situation that's going to slow us down, is this Emc Storage component. I did say Emc. I'm asking you not to make fun of me in the comment section below. We're going to have to work our way all the way back to the 1Ks, though. We could probably go ahead and make the 4K. Oh, yeah, with all of these things. But do I need to probably... oh, gosh, come back here, you. Come back here, you. Probably need to do this first. Get a stack of those, and then definitely need to do this and get a stack of those. And then, I tell you, I think I see exactly where this is going now. It's going to be a lot of make the 4K ones. Yay! And then we're going to try to make some 16K ones. Oh, wait, where are these things coming from? I've never made a 16K storage component. Have I? I must have. But what for? Okay, it's fine. You know what? We made it. I'm trying to remember now. There must have been something we built at some point that required us to make one. Can we make this 64? Oh, we already... Okay, this is going so much faster than I thought that it would. For reasons that I don't fully understand at the moment. We got that, though, so we can now make the 64... Wow. Okay, then. Now you just put that up there and get another 5 of them, I suppose? That'll make for 6 total. That's enough to max out. Or hold on, is it 8? It might be 8. I think it stores 8 inside of the drive cage. We can just go drop the drive cage in down here, right up to here if we wanted to. We could put it right next to it. Or I think we can just put it anywhere, and as long as it makes contact, we'll be good. I know that there's a limited number of connections you can make, though, with one side of this controller, and everything we have is plugged into one side of the controller. What's the worst that could happen if we just kind of stick it over here on this corner? Should be okay. Full it with drives. It stores more than I thought that it did. I'm no wuss. I want it maxed out. There we go. Should be good to go. And I've already, in fact, already tested it. I put something else in there, and I can confirm we now have plenty of space. The only thing that I don't know about is, will this automatically shuffle larger stacks? Because right now, if you have 2 stacks that are over a certain amount, or 1 stack that's over a certain amount of items, it'll split it into 2 stacks in the smaller ones. Will it automatically combine those together inside of the bigger ones? Or are only new items placed inside of here? How do you work, controller? Give me your secrets. It's not talking. It's almost like it's not sentient and doesn't have an AI intelligence. Alright, well, AI intelligence? Artificial intelligence. Maybe I've been recording too long today. Maybe my brain is starting to melt. In fact, I'm almost positive that is what's happening. So let me go ahead and close out by saying thank you, folks, for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed... I like to think of these as get together with Rees and watch him try and fail and try and then finally succeed. I'm sort of like your friend that you're always rooting for, even though you know he's going to mess up the first 10 times. You're always at the soccer game just sort of hoping that eventually he swings and instead of falling on his back, he kicks that ball. Because that's what you do with a leg. You swing it. You swing the leg at the ball. Just ask the Europeans. They know all about the soccer, or as they call it, football. Until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye!